lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing well too. Okay, so in this video I interview some Africans living in Portugal to tell us how they are thriving in Portugal, right? So stay tuned, be sure to watch through to the end, and I'm sure, I promise you, that you would pick a thing or two that will be very beneficial to you if you're planning on moving to Portugal, or you are already in Portugal, or even planning on traveling to anywhere in the world. This video would be very beneficial to you. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, okay?
Let's go.
So the biggest challenge a lot of people are facing is the work environment here. Would you tell us anything about work environment in Portugal? Is it difficult getting a job? Tell me your experience. You first.
Well, in my case, I had a job in Nigeria, and I used to work remotely. So when I first moved to Portugal, I was still doing my job in Nigeria, and so I'm still doing it from Nigeria. So it was easier for me to still combine my job in Nigeria with my studies.
Oh, okay. So you're not working here.
Yes.
You're still working in Nigeria.
Yeah.
That's good. Hola.
Well, for me, the experience about working here in Portugal has been kind of roller coaster, because the experience you get also depends on the company you work with. That we have lots of companies here. We have the Portuguese company and we have the English company. So it all depends on how you guys go about it. But the experience so far has been great, because I've had the opportunity to work with lots of companies such as Postway, Multi-Tempo, and currently with Wired, and it's good.
So would you say it's worth it, Portugal? Coming to Portugal, is it worth it?
For me, I really love the weather here, and I think that's the key point for me. Highlight for me here is the weather, and I would say the transportation network, it's very good, and that's one of the things that I actually do like here in Portugal. I would say okay, maybe I'll leave that for later. I would say my major challenge here would be the accommodation. I think it's quite expensive, and yeah, other than that, I think so far I'm loving it here in Portugal.
Hola.
Yeah, and for me, sorry, what was the question again?
Is it worth it coming to Portugal?
Yes. Although nothing is 100% certain, but I would say it's 90% worth it, because number one, you get to experience a new way of life, and also you get to experience things in a whole different dimension. You also get to meet people from different walks of life. For example, now you get to meet the English people, you get to meet people from Netherlands, Germany, and one thing most of them all have in common is the fact that they all came here to Portugal because of the weather, which is the highlight of living in Portugal. The weather here is also very dynamic. In the morning you can see it's raining, and in the night it's sun shining. As you can see, it's almost 7 p.m. and it's still as sunny as fuck. And that's the thing I love most about Portugal, the weather and the dynamism in Portugal. Boa tarde.
Hola, boa tarde.
Boa tarde, como estás?
Tudo. E contigo?
Estou bem, obrigado.
Oh, okay. I can see your Portuguese is very good. Now tell me, how did you learn Portuguese?
Okay, so I started learning Portuguese the moment I received my visa, my student visa. I started by learning on Duolingo, because Duolingo is technically free. And the downside to Duolingo is just that it has Brazilian Portuguese. But one thing I've come to realize so far is the fact that both Brazilian Portuguese and European Portuguese share about 70% similarities. So what I did was I started learning with Duolingo, the Brazilian Portuguese, and when I was confident enough with the words, then I switched to the European Portuguese, because in order for you to learn European Portuguese, you have to pay some type of money, and you have to use like some applications such as Memrise. Also, you can use ChatGPT, but it depends, because you need to have like a foundation in order for you to learn very well. And also what I did regarding my Portuguese was I started listening to songs and watching movies solely in Portuguese. And what I did was I started learning them in the night when I'm about to sleep. So I would say that really helped my Portuguese and helped me improve.
So can you mention some of the apps you use to learn?
So for starters, I would say you should start with Duolingo. Although it has the Brazilian Portuguese, but it is quite good. because the advantage to learning Portuguese with Duolingo is the fact that you'll be able to understand the Brazilian Portuguese, and also it would give you like a strong foundation in order for you to learn the European Portuguese as well. So it's just like you are killing two birds with one stone, and that is the thing that makes it very, very interesting.
So would you say learning the Portuguese language has given you some advantage in terms of living here and your life here and work here?
Oh, okay. When you say some advantage, I would say that is an understatement, because most of the jobs I've applied to, I've been able to get them just because I have a knowledge of Portuguese. I know how to speak Portuguese. Although my Portuguese is not that good, I'm still trying to improve upon it. But so far so good. I can understand basic sentences, and I can conversate, or I can have conversations with people in Portuguese. And I think for the Portuguese nationals and Portuguese citizens, that is what they are looking forward to. They also know that the language is extremely difficult to learn, but all they just need from you, we foreigners, is we just need to like be intentional about the language and just try to learn it to an extent, because they know that the language is difficult. So if you can learn the language, trust me, it is going to open you up to many opportunities in this country, regardless of whether it is you want to apply for a job, or whether you need help with a government official, such as when you are going for IMA, or when you are going to the IMT office for your driver license and all. So I will certainly tell you that yes, learning Portuguese has helped me a lot, and it has also helped me settle in faster than I expected. So far so good.
So
Yes.
how long did it take you to learn the Portuguese?
So it took me about a year and a couple of months to learn Portuguese. And although I am still trying to improve upon my Portuguese day by day, because I still take lessons as well, 1 year is really not enough to learn Portuguese to fluency. But within 1 year, if you are serious, like just dedicating about 15 minutes a day to learn Portuguese, I can guarantee you and tell you that yes, you will be able to hold basic conversations in Portuguese in just 1 year by learning consistently.
Okay, so say something to me in Portuguese. Let my subscribers know that you can speak Portuguese. Okay, so tell me about where you are and what you're doing here right now.
Olá a todos, meu nome é Olá Meleico, mas você pode ligar-me Olá. Agora estamos na Albufeira. Atrás de apresentar, temos praia de Albufeira, e atrás de mim temos muitos restaurantes aqui. Por exemplo, nós temos Batex e Casa Mostra, e também sou uma estudante na Universidade do Algarve. Estou aprendendo biotecnologia e estou a trabalhar na Albufeira também, mas estou a viver no Faro. Eu gosto muito de Faro porque Faro tem muitas pessoas com felicidade e tem muitas coisas para fazer também.
Ok. Obrigada, meu amigo. Obrigada. Obrigada.
Bom fim de semana também.
Sim.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
We know it's difficult to get a job in Portugal. That's what they say. What's your experience regarding getting a job in Portugal?
Oh God! Sincerely, I'm this optimistic person, right? I'm very optimistic, and I really don't think. Was it easy to get a job? No, right? It's just normal everywhere. Where you apply for jobs and you get a lot of feedback to say, oh, you're not fit for the job, right? But in Portugal, you get more like an extent to the fact that they will tell you, oh, we need you to speak Portuguese to some extent or no. But the reality is this: if you are good at what you do, if you are good at your competence in whatever field you are in, they will always make room for you to come in. No matter what. A lot of companies will go out of their way to bring you in because you're fit for the job, you're the best person for the job, and they know fully well that you can always learn the language alongside. You're not born with the language, so it's very key. A lot of people will say, before you come to Portugal, you need to learn the language or not. Yes, I've gotten jobs in Portugal that is not limited to the language, right? So it's very key for you to understand the fact that you need to be competent. Language can become secondary. The primary one is, do you know the job? Do you have the competency for the job that's required? If you do, please put yourself out there, apply for these jobs, and just hope for when you get in, you can have the conversation around language and all, then you can always get in.
So would you advise anybody outside of Portugal, if you're planning to come to Portugal, to learn maybe tech jobs or have tech skills or any other skills?
Okay, I'll be very keen. I would say this, right? It's very keen for you to learn jobs in tech, right? Because one thing I know and I tell people is this: tech in Nigeria or in Africa is tech all over the world. Within companies, process can be different, but it's still the same tech. It's still the same, coding structure. It's still the same Java in the world, right? So there's no limitation to what tech can do. So don't limit yourself to the fact that, oh, I am in Africa, I'm here picking a job in, a tech job in Portugal. There's a limitation. There's no limitation. The only thing that can be limited is the process within the company. And the fact is this: when you come into a company, there is a proper onboarding process that you take through, or you have to go through to make sure you understand the job or what is required of you for that role, right? So, then for the other part is this: if you have to pick up any other skills that is related to tech or that's outside tech, I'll say this: it's very key for you to do things related to vocational studies, right? So vocational, I'm not going to tell you to go and learn fashion designing because a lot of Europeans, they do more of English wear. So only if you are good with English wear, then that's fine. But I won't want you to, go into, something that's related to fashion designing. But I'll say, oh, if you can learn, barbing, then what else? Hairdressing, then also waitress, a chef, you can learn that. Sincerely, you will surely get a job, even with the fact that you don't speak the language, right? So, because some of them will mind putting you not a customer facing. They won't give you a job that is related to customer facing. They can put you at the back end, where you just do things in the back end. You don't have to be related to customers. So I will tell you that it's still very possible for you to get a job outside tech, but just learn some of these skills that is very key within the European world rather than just in Africa. So that's just my own advice.
So what are some of the tech jobs that are common here? When during your search, where were some of the common tech jobs that anybody can get?
And so for me, anything related to tech works, right? The likes of back-end developer, the DevOps engineer, QA or software testers. For UI UX, I really don't know, right? But for the things that is related to coding, which is full stack engineer, back-end automation, software testers, you surely get a job in there. All you need to do is just make sure you're good at what you do, you're competent, then put yourself out there, keep applying. Yeah, you get a lot of rejections, but eventually something will come true.
So, asking you personally, how many jobs did you apply to before getting a job now?
Wow, that's interesting.
Because I know some of it like 50, 100, 200. How many jobs did you apply?
At one point, I lost count when it comes to job application.
Wow.
Right. Well, the fact is this, and which is what I do when it comes to job, is the fact that for every job I apply for, I take that to be an opportunity for feedback. Get better and also prepare yourself for the next job you're applying for.
Yeah.
So you just take that opportunity for every job, even if you are not competent or you feel, oh, this job I don't have all that it takes. Put yourself out there, apply, then get those feedback to get better. Then when you get better, you then apply for the next job, right? Which is take courses, get yourself some dirty. Just get your hands dirty. The moment you get all that done, then you can keep applying. Something is started. You surely get one day.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Marian. Marian, tell us about you, please.
Listening to me. So my name is Miriam. My name is Miriam. I'm a master's student here at the University of Algarve. And one thing I would like to say to Portugal aspirants that would like to come for their masters is definitely it's going to be challenging. It's going to be draining. And if you would like to work at the same time, you have to make sure to have proper time management. You have to make sure that you have proper time management. I hear a lot of people saying that they want to go for a Portuguese course because it's going to be less stressful or it will give them an opportunity to work. I want you to bear in mind that you would have to learn the language before you go for a Portuguese course. And if you come for your master's here, trust me, it's going to be life-changing and it's definitely going to be worth it. So don't be scared, just go for it.
Okay,
Bye.
you mentioned you mentioned life-changing and worth it. I mean, tell us something about how life-changing has it been for you, or why would you say it's worth it to study in Portugal?
For me, coming from Nigeria and moving to Portugal, the education system is different. I studied geology in my BSc and I came here for my master's in marine science, and I can tell you that the workload is different. It has really challenged me. It has opened my eyes to different AI tools, things I never knew that I could do on my own, because here you won't be spoon fed. It's your money you are paying, and definitely you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort, and you're in another country where a lot of things are being programmed to work in a certain way. And to me I think it's life-changing, and you meet different kind of people from different country, and you are able to connect, you are able to thrive, and you are able to move forward in life. Wherever you are in any new country, you have to meet people, because you never know who can help you. So bye. Obrigada. Very sweet.
Almost see the Nigerians. Nigerians. Oh my Niger.